Welcome to It Takes Two Takes. My name is Adam. This is Brent. And today we're going to do another classic, a 1986 throwback, because 1986 was a really good year. There were a lot of great movies in 1986. This month, celebrating an anniversary, is the Steve Guttenberg, Ali Sheedy movie, Short Circuit. About Johnny Number Five. And before we get too far into this, if you like the content, you like this channel, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. You know what to do. I loved this movie when it came out. I remember when this movie came out, and I absolutely loved it. I was quoting this movie pretty much from that point on.
I think every time we do one of these 80s movies, we say this is the most quotable 80s movie. But
80s
this
movie
is
had a lot of quotable 80s movies.
I feel like this is probably the most quotable 80s movies next to the Gimmies. Like this had everything.
Yeah, it did. There was a lot of quotable movies in the 80s. We're talking about Breakfast Club, Real Genius, Short Circuit, Princess Bride, Goonies. There were so many great dialogue movies in the 80s.
But I can remember this movie coming out. I remember my friend Jay. I didn't spend a lot of time at home, when I was 9 or 10 years old. I spent a lot of time at my friend Jay's house, and his family and his sister hated me for it. But it was, you wake up, you watch Short Circuit on VHS, and then you watch some Nick at Night with some Godzilla movies. And that was pretty much our entire summer. I can't tell you how many times I've seen this movie, but I would need all fingers and toes. I definitely know that.
Steve Guttenberg at this time was mainly known for the Police Academy movies, right? So
Yeah.
this was something different for him, which also did really well. The main things I can think of from the 80s that Steve Guttenberg was in that he's kind of well known for is Police Academy, this, and Three Men and a Baby. That was another
Yeah.
successful movie.
But see, this was kind of it was different but the same for Steve Guttenberg.
Right.
He played the exact same character in the Police Academy movies that he played in this movie.
A little bit different. He was a little bit more of a fish out of water in this movie than the Police Academy movies.
He was still a ladies' man, trying to be the ladies' man. And,
Well, he still got the girl because there was always the girl
Right.
that someone was getting, and there was only one girl in this, and it was Ali Sheedy. So yeah, he got the girl.
Yeah, there was only one girl, Ali Sheedy.
One of the members of the Brat Pack from the '80s. Breakfast Club, Saint Elmo's
Breakfast
Fire.
Club. Yeah.
Yeah. There's so many movies that she was in the '80s, but yeah, this was just one of them. Yeah, and it was a good movie. It was very quotable. It was fun. The characters were very likable. Yeah, I had a ball with this movie when it came out, and yeah, calling people laser lips and their mama was a snowblower.
Hey, don't squeeze the Charmin, okay?
How'd you like to write the headline in that? None soup. There was so many great just lines in it.
And the soundtrack wasn't too bad either.
Even though it had DeBarge in it,
But it had the Bee Gees.
Yeah. It had a lot of other good songs, but yeah, DeBarge had two movies I can think of that had their music in it. This, which was Who's Johnny, and The Last Dragon with Rhythm of the Night. That was the only two DeBarge songs I know, and they're both from movies from the 80s. We could wax poetically about this movie for quite a while. Let's just go ahead and jump into it, and let's enjoy this. I have not watched this for a long time, so this should be fun.
Yeah, I'm pumped. This is how you always knew it was going to be a good 80s movie, because you had Pegasus jumping over the TriStar Triangle.
Yep.
Nice special effects there.
Yeah, back in 1986, you could have anything look computerized, and people were like, "Well, that looks high tech."
I'll tell you, you throw an oscilloscope on any screen, and people are like, "Whoa, this is high tech."
Right. Throw in some light up switches, some knobs, some buttons, some digital numbers.
Some step motors, apparently.
Another great actor in this movie was played the head security guard. You saw him in Police Academy. You saw him in Mannequin. It's another great
Oh,
great
the blonde
character.
guy.
No, the he played the head security guard. He was in the first movie. He was the one that was training them in the first Police Academy movie.
Yeah, I got nothing. I got nothing on that, Adam.
All right, you'll recognize him as soon as you see him. He did good at playing these kind of bumbling security guard
I
cop type
haven't
roles.
I haven't lived as long as you, so
Rub it in, Dick. I do love the fact that apparently a laser creates an explosion.
on tank wheels.
Right. Hit the wheels of a tank and it will cause an explosion.
I mean, really, for 1986, like this level of animatronics and stuff, pretty good.
Yep. I agree.
Make me a gin and tonic. Oh, that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
okay.
told you as soon as you saw him, you'd recognize him.
Absolutely. Proctor.
Right. But he was also
See-
the bumbling security guard and mannequin.
But see, if you would have said Proctor, I would have completely, right off the bat, would have got you.
Seeing him, he's busy vomiting, sir. Well, clean him up and send him out to Hobnob.
Today, they would never choose a white guy to do an ethnic role like that.
He's white?
Yeah, he was the villain in Hackers.
So did they like do brown face here? Because
Or gave him a really good tan or something. But yeah,
did they soul man him? Give him tanning pills?
I'm not sure what they did, but yeah. He was in The Flamingo Kid. He was in Hackers. He's been in tons of other things. Sure, everything is fine with them. No problems
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Completely checked out.
Originally, I had non-military purposes in mind. I designed it as a marital aid.
You know, at 10, I didn't get that joke.
Right.
Number 5 standing by. There it is, I've got the name on your terminal. You're disappointed.
Oh, just the blatant racism. Just they even sent
Hold
the
on,
other
shh.
four to.
Would you like to write the headline on that one?
None soup.
Two. I do like the design they did for him, though.
Oh yeah. One, it's reasonable. You know, like it's better than a walking ass robot.
Right.
No, Howard, is there a van or anything like that?
Of course there's a van.
We have tanks and military equipment everywhere.
Right.
Great outdoors. Girls. With brassieres and legs.
Braziers.
Instead of $11 million on the loose, we're going to have 22. And plus, we are needing gas money.
Is that really you, or is that like a spacesuit and you're inside someplace, maybe just your brain in a little jar, something like that?
Yes, it's the brain of Abby Normal.
Right.
There it is.
Yep.
That's going to be stuck in your head tomorrow, just so you know. Somebody... Brawny's got a big stake in this movie. That's like the third Brawny ad I've seen. Barely. How big is that TV screen? Like 12 inches? Come on, lady.
That was not uncommon in 1986, though. There was also no internet, so she couldn't
What?
plop him in front of a computer or on the internet.
What did people do? There was no TikTok?
You watch TV reruns like The Three Stooges.
Haven't you had enough of this stuff? You know, you lose IQ points.
See, there's Brawny again.
Yep.
They must have financed this movie.
Prototype number 5. Nova Robotics, Damon Washington, you're a robot? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a robot. You're a machine from that dumb Orlab place. God, I'm so stupid.
How did that not click in your brain the second you saw a robot with a robotics laboratory right nearby?
Right.
Hope you're programmed to pay for the mess you made.
What is she doing? What was she using there?
I think they called it a phone book.
Where's Google?
Speak to one of your head warmongers, please.
Number 5 is alive.
Just keep going straight. Just keep going straight. Okay, okay. All right, we're getting closer.
We're going to hear that a lot through the movie, by the way.
There they are.
That he's alive or go
Yeah.
straight.
Come forward. Do you remember forward?
Forward.
Say, come on.
He was, when we say a quotable movie, pretty much what we mean is he was the most quotable.
Yeah. Him and Johnny Five.
Yeah. So they were worried about whole robots, costing $11 million, but they weren't worried about like the $5 million worth of parts they have in that van.
Right.
Hi, honey. What is for dinner?
Yep. We need some more DeBarge.
Johnny.
Got a groove, you know.
To be alive, Johnny, she says, and smiled in that special way. Who's Johnny? She says, you know I love you. Yeah, all that'll be edited out, by the way.
You think so? You're not the one doing editing. Hold on.
I hope you took the grass out of the glove compartment.
Old stoners.
Yep.
JMB News, can you please tell us something about the Nova robot? No.
Are robes still a thing? Like, Hey, let us know in the comments if you're a girl and you still wear a robe in 2021.
Attractive. Nice software.
Nerds rejoice over that term right there.
So Johnny Five is smart, but he's not smart because I think everybody knows not to go back to the scene of the crime.
Right. But how else was he going to learn to disco?
That's fair.
Well, duh, it's a robot. What'd you think it was? A toaster?
I'm trying to think of all the charges that are going against this guy right now.
Right.
So we got assault, we got breaking and entering. Actually, we got armed breaking and entering because he came in with a rifle.
That Looney in the lunch wagon, she wants to see you. Only you.
She does?
Oh, her pants are blazing for you, Ludicrous.
I dare anybody our age who can legitimately say they've never said that to somebody in their life.
Right.
So, his laser can make tanks blow up and boats blow up, but not a rock.
Right. It can heat up the rock, apparently.
Good idea, Newton Crosby, PH dork.
But madam, did she stick her tongue down your throat? I am sporting a tremendous
And she's using a brawny paper towel as her pillow.
Right.
Holy shit.
No shit.
Shit.
Where's he?
Where's he? Shit.
That was another thing that got quoted.
Absolutely.
If I were you, I would come out of there. Stat!
Stat? Stat? Mean anyway.
I don't know.
There's the Huey.
It's a chopper.
According to Scroder, it's now called a Huey.
Yeah.
It was a chopper. It's now called a Huey.
It's a chopper.
And every time I hear the word chopper, I think of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. Get to the chopper. You got to get down. Give the people the air.
I'm pretty sure even if you blew it up, the property still belongs to Nova Labs. You don't
Right.
get to
I'm
actually.
pretty sure that. Yeah. I'm
you don't
pretty
get
sure
to-
that's evidence.
Yeah, I don't think you get to take that home.
Now that, my friend, is how you kick ass. Years of research are down the tube, and you're happy as a pig in slop. Just doing my job.
It is not down the tube because you have 4 more left.
You can do it somewhere else.
How did Nova just let them take a van?
Right, with all those parts and equipment in it.
Right. Like, yeah, go ahead and take it.
Leave Stephanie's truck behind, but we'll take the robotics truck.
Right. Look at look at all the spare parts.
Right,
And he could build a whole nother robot out of it.
right.
That means my estimate was well under. If he's worth 11 million, and I was calling $5 million worth of spare parts. And there's a spare head, arm, for some reason, dryer tubing,
Listen,
a lot of dryer tubing at that.
Oh, yeah. Well, how many animals we talking about?
Some Cat 2 cable.
Yeah, again, they just get to drive off in the sunset with a van full of equipment.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, this movie made me happy. I'm glad we watched it. That was a lot of nostalgia there.
A lot of very quotable lines, a lot of stuff that would not be done today.
Oh, absolutely not. Yeah, no.
Though, like you pointed out early in the film, recasting Ali Sheedy's character for now wouldn't be as hard personality-wise.
Oh,
mean-
absolutely not.
She'd be a straight-up vegan, but other than that, yeah, it'd be an easy personality to recast for today.
You couldn't recast Gutenberg, and you probably, unless you did like, God, I don't even know their names. Aman Kumali, what's his name?
Oh yeah. You're talking about Gutenberg. You could recast, but his partner in crime, you
Yeah,
would,
his partner.
right. You might get the guy who played the cab driver in Deadpool.
Yeah, yeah. Aziz Ansari,
Yeah.
somebody like that. To me, this was extremely enjoyable movie.
Oh yeah.
Looking back at it, obviously 35 years later, ton of plot holes.
Right.
But, when I'm going to say I was 9.
Yeah, here's all stuff that wasn't in the film, like the junkyard scene.
Yeah, I saw like a coffee robot that wasn't in there.
All right. Yeah, that was so many lines that are still great to this day. It's one of those movies though. It doesn't pass current standards test, but you have to look at when it was made and just enjoy it for a movie of its time. I think that's the biggest thing. Like, you can't go into it if you've never seen it before expecting it to live up to today's standards. But at the same time, because of the fact they did not have all the CGI, outside of the laser, everything else needed to be done with practical effects. Whether it was probably stop motion to do the flipping of the coin, that looked like that might be stop motion type of stuff.
And then the old matte paintings, with the standard.
Right.
I mean, you could tell in some parts you could tell they were in a studio with styrofoam rocks and a matte painting in the back.
Oh, that last scene when they're driving, looking out the back of the truck, you could tell that was a screen that was showing a road, not actually a road itself. So yeah, but the robotics that they did and the animatronics that they did for Johnny, flat out fantastic.
Especially in 1986.
Right.
I mean,
yeah, and there was a reason. There's a reason why this movie is so good that the studio immediately goes, okay, we need a sequel. We still have these robots here, so we can make a sequel.
I mean, even if you look at Terminator. I mean, Terminator was CGI and stuff like that. They didn't have the robotics that they had in '86 like they did now. Even they were like, "Now we're just going to animate this stuff. That takes money."
Yeah, it wasn't until T2 that you started getting some CGI with the the T1000 or whatever. That's when you started to get some CGI worked in. But yeah, it was one of those things where the actors got to actually interact with a robot. Again, not a green tennis ball on a stick or anything like that. And it's just a fun movie. In the end, it ends happily and everything like that. It doesn't have a moral lesson. It doesn't make you feel bad about yourself. It's just a fun escapism type of comedy. And I think that's what's really good about it.
Yeah, it's a pure innocent comedy. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Could modern day PC culture pull some stuff out and say, hey, this, yeah, but it's 1986. It was a much different time.
I feel like if they made it today, they try and have some sort of moral lesson about technology and warfare and stuff like that. More so than this movie had, right? And I'm glad for the innocence that this movie has. I mean, let's face it, this is an innocent type movie. There's so much suspension of disbelief in it. It's just, you have to just go along for the ride. But no, what were your thoughts? Do you have any special moments of this movie, special memories? Did you see it in the theater and have some special story going along with that? Tell us your thoughts, and leave comments, and check out our other videos that we have as far as our throwback series. And until next time, this is Adam and Brent with It Takes Two Takes. Hey, Adam here. If you like this video, go ahead and check out our other videos. And if you like this channel, don't forget to subscribe. Also comment and quote this movie. Tell us your favorite quotes down below, and we'll see you next time. So hit it. Are you still here? Go.